Hey everybody, it's Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. So for today, I'm going to do day 11, 12, and 13. 11 is very simple. I wanted to talk about going out and shopping and who I'm shopping for and basically where my shopping is at this point in time, like halfway through the month. So I took a brown paper bag, trimmed off the top, and then I put a wreath around it. The bag is actually from the sticker advent calendar, I think from 2 years ago. So I just used 11 and then put, like I said, the wreath around it and also a chipboard that says Season of Giving. And then the backing is one of those acetate sheets that I was using to organize my stamps. It's cut at 6x8, so it works and makes, another variety of page sizes in my album. I center the wreath over the top of the 11 and adhere it down. On top of the wreath is going to be that chipboard that says Season of Giving. And then you can see up in the top of my screen, I have several different options as far as what I was going to put in the bag. I thought about a circle, I thought about a heart, but in the end, I went with these scallop This Story cards. I figured they match perfectly. They're already made to be, add a story, so I might as well do that. And then the other reason that I decided to kind of do a halfway check in with my shopping is because I actually went shopping for a few things on this particular day, but didn't take any photos. So just documenting it works. So I talked about how I finished up shopping for my friend and I finished up shopping for Secret Santa at work. I also sent another friend some presents, and then the only other person I had to figure out at that point in time was my husband, because I wasn't sure what to get him. He is very hard to shop for. And then I said I do have some ideas, and I also wrote down that I was kind of upset at myself because I had a shirt to order for another friend, a third friend, and I had forgotten to order it. So it said it wasn't going to make it by Christmas. And spoiler alert, it did not make it by Christmas. So bummer on that, and note to self, don't wait till the last minute. Finished up the bottom by listing out the different people that my husband and I need to work on together, and then used my sand eraser to erase the pencil lines because I love using pencil lines to keep things straight, and that way I can see where I'm writing and it's not going to be too sloppy. And for the most part, the sand eraser does take away most of the marks. And really, in the grand scheme of things, I don't care if there's some pencil marks. I would much rather have my handwriting be straight. The other thing I thought about adding to this bag, and I don't know now, towards the end of the month, I don't know if I'm going to add it, but I know for next year that I could. I take screenshots of the various orders that I've placed, and I could certainly add those and print those out and put them into the bag. So there you go. That's 11. Very simple, very easy. Now, 12 gets out of control. It's kind of like 7, where I had an idea and, with my kids and shopping, but I had no idea how it was going to turn out. So for 12, I really wanted to document snuggling. And I thought, why don't I just be, extra something, take it to another level and make a house and make it blue, because if you've been watching my videos, I've talked about how I want to use more pattern paper and, more importantly, use blue in my project this year. So it's evening, I chose blue, and I cut out this house using a digital stamp from Ellie Edwards and left a door with down at the bottom, so that way I could put in the vellum and also the number 12. I also thought about putting a photo behind it, but the way that I glued down the house and then positioned it next to my row of trees, it did not work out to put a photo there. And you're going to see me kind of, what's a good word? Hemming and hawing. Let's use that word. Hemming and hawing, trying to figure out if it is going to work. But my row of trees needed to be exactly where they were, so that way I could tuck my house into the trees. And I didn't have to have the house floating and I didn't have to have the house sticking up. The trees gave it a firm foundation to be tucked in, and I really liked that. And I placed the photo, and you can see the photo kind of works. I should have just left it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. But I could have left it there. I was just thinking, you can't see all of my daughter's face. It probably doesn't look so great. I should just move it. So in the end, I did move it. And I'm going to decide to put 2 photos up towards kind of where the top of the house is, and just put them up there, and that will work. And I was going to leave it like that and then just kind of put a title and some journaling. But once I stamped my title, I dropped the stamp, and I'm going to have to fix that error as well. So now I am hemming and hawing with the photos, because you can see that once they're pushed up towards the top of the house, they can hang down a little bit in the door frame, and I really don't want that either. It would look kind of weird. So I didn't want that. So I have to figure out how to fix that. For now, I grabbed the number that I want to use, which is kind of a light blue, and I am going to use my mini stapler to attach it there. You can see that I just had some think time. I was putting stuff on, and then, I tapped my fingers on the desk because I'm like, where is this project going? I don't understand why this is not working. Like, I had an idea in my head, and it's just not playing fair, basically. But in the end, I like how this project came together. The story was important, and I had fun. So that's what matters. And next year, if I talk about snuggling, I can try it in a different way, right? I finally got the photos to be situated where I want them. Now I can finally attach the 12 for my door. I also have a title that says Snuggle. I normally like to cut my titles twice to have that added dimension, but the second title did not cut. I've been having issues with my Cameo. So I just glued down the one title, and that works perfectly. And now I'm going to add some stamping and some journaling. Now, the other thing that I was thinking about is, how am I going to add the journaling? Am I going to do it right behind the door and then you see a portion of it? I thought about doing that. But then I figured, well, why don't I use the back of the house? So I'm actually going to use the back of the house or the inside of the house, whichever way you want to look at it. I took a digital paper from my Allie Edwards stash and just printed it out on, I think, my HP paper, and then trimmed around the door so that way I knew where the door was. Took a few tries, but I finally got the door, the size that would best work, and then I can adhere my paper down. And the way that I adhered my paper down, you can see that I made it so that when you flip up the house, the lines are horizontal and easy to read. So it's not the way that you would think it would be. Does that make sense? So it's reader friendly, let's put it that way. Because if I had done it to where, I don't know, it just wouldn't have worked any other way except this way. So that way you could read it. That is my point. So I felt pretty good that I figured out this paper situation, and also writing about the story of snuggling. Because if you've been around here, I love snuggling. I love, after long, long days, being able to sit on the couch for a little bit and watch a TV show, or just, snuggle if the kids are willing. It's my favorite. And you can see I just stamped so comfy and dropped the stamp. So now I feel like I am obligated to kind of cover that whole boo-boo up. And I don't know why it bugged me so much, but it did. So I'm going to cut out a heart that says Simple December Day, and I'm going to put that on the right-hand side of the photos, and then trim off whatever is sticking out of the house because I don't want it to be shown. It would look like a weird blob on the side of the house, so I didn't want that. So I just trim it up, and I actually decide that I'm going to use whatever's left over from that heart and put it over on the left-hand side, so that way the left-hand side has a little bit of color as well. I don't know if that was necessary either. I even took a green piece of the heart, as you can see here, and I'm going to add it to the left-hand side as well. But you know, it doesn't look like weird blobs on the left-hand side. It looks more like colorful circles that I have added to the left-hand side. Sometimes, you know, just projects, you just overthink the ideas, and that's why it's so important sometimes to just move forward. And that's not what I was doing here. I don't know what I was doing, you guys. But like I said, in the end, it turned out really colorful. It was a fun idea that I was able to bring to life, even if it didn't exactly translate completely, if that makes sense. So I stamped warm and fuzzy, and then stamped out currently. And then I just talked about how my favorite way to end the day continues to be evening snuggles all together, and usually having some sort of dessert. Definitely lots of blankets. My current blanket box is full, so I have to rotate blankets. And then I included different shows that we like to watch, like Masked Singer. And I also said we like to watch the YouTube channels, Top Pops and LEV. My daughter and I do. So then I finished it by saying evening snuggles for the win. Because yes, I just love snuggles. Can you tell, my friends? Can you tell? And then I decide to stamp some sentiments below. So comfy. I am going to stamp in green, simply savoring. I'll stamp that 3 times. And then thankful for this goodness. And I used a pencil so that way I would stamp relatively straight. And then when I'm done, I can use the sand eraser. So overall, it's a really cute page, definitely interactive, and stretched my creative brain to try to figure this out. So yeah, I love it, and it was so fun. So fun to make this, and like I said, stretch my creativity a little bit to document the story of snuggling. So I'm going to put it into the album, and then the last page I'm going to show you guys that I put together was 13, which is going to be on the back of this, and it's all about currently. So there you go. You can flip it out, see the story, see the pictures, and let's move on to 13. So in September, there was a Friday the 13th, and I jotted down 13 little stories in my Hobonichi cousin journal. I decided to do the same thing for December, and I absolutely loved it, and I figured, you know what? I also took a photo of me on my way to work, you know, this photo right here. Why don't I just do a currently page? I took a ton of notes, like I said, for that day, not just about like what the family was doing, but lots of ing words for myself. So it worked out really nicely to use on a page. So I took this mirror photo, and yes, I do probably need to clean my mirrors. I always forget, but I do have a squeegee. I finally bought a squeegee so I can clean my windows. But I got a photo heading off to work. I had this tag that says little details. I thought that that would be fun to use as my title piece. I also have some poinsettias that I cut out with my Cameo. I'm going to place those in 3 different spots. One's going to be on the left-hand side of my photo, and it creates a really nice diagonal across the page and completes the visual triangle. So I really like these poinsettias, and I probably use them most years. On the tag, I'm going to stamp currently and then Friday. I also have a really great black chipboard number, and I love that. And I decided, why not I just put it between the writing portion and also the photo. And so it kind of makes a nice bridge between the 2 pieces. I also added that strip of paper that says December Memories down at the bottom. So definitely going with mostly red and then a pop of black. So stamping currently and then Friday. And the stamp set that I'm going to use is an older December Daily stamp set, I believe from 2022. But it had lots of different typewriter words on it, very small. But I figured I can make it work for a currently type page and pick different words that will kind of fit with the stories that I had written down. So what I'm going to do is I will stamp the prompt and then leave a little space and then journal about it. But first on the tag, I wanted to stamp encourage the joy, and then I put bringing treats to my 2 coworkers on this particular day. And then the first one that I stamp is so thankful. I said because it's Friday and I have an awesome husband because he was helping me do some things around the house. And then I draw the lines as well for my journaling because that's just, like I keep saying, it just helps me to stay straight. I also used my ruler so that way I kind of knew where I was going to stamp next. So the next thing that I stamped was eating, and I said in the break room I tried creamy jalapeno dip. Cranberry jalapeno dip. It was very interesting, pretty good. And then the next one is making, and I said, of course, all the December daily pages and my Hobonichi journal pages. That's pretty much all I make in December is December daily and then journaling. Next up, I put love the lights because I had just bought tickets to go see lights at the zoo with my best friend who was coming the following week. So that was fun to pick out that particular stamp and have it work perfectly for that little story. The next one is comfort and joy. I said going for all the different layers today, plus a Christmas tree shirt, festive and cozy. And yes, I'm probably even wearing double pants. I always wear double pants because I'm always cold. Next up is enjoying. I said an afternoon reading and wrapped in blankets. Then time together, we watched the movie Red One and had McDonald's. And normally it's just my people having McDonald's because of my health issues. I don't tend to have McDonald's, but on this particular day, I splurged. I don't even know if that's the right word, but I had fun having a treat of McDonald's. And then finished up with today's story, a busy day with lots of little details. So probably one of my favorite pages, this one right here. I just absolutely love how it came together. I love doing currently pages, especially when I have taken really good notes about the day. And yeah, I just love how this came together. To me, it's definitely a favorite page. And I continue to enjoy sharing these pages with you guys, and I'm hoping to share the entire album. Even if people start to watch videos less and less of December, I really want to share all of them this season because sometimes I'm like, okay, people are done, and then I don't finish sharing. But I'm hoping to keep sharing these and also share the new things that I have up for 2025. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel. Have a great day. Bye.